Nawa is Arabic for the date stone itself. So we are building an entire brand around the date stone.
We discovered Nawa by accident. It started with an urge to find a post-consulting, post-corporate career, following passions, trying to figure out how to turn those passions into a business. A little bit of travel, meeting some inspirational people who had taken traditional ideas and modernized them and made them something that wasn't a souvenir, but actually a replacement for something that you would buy. And then us trying to figure out how we could find something that was unique to us. And when we ended up in Muscat just before the airport closed, when COVID started shutting everything down, we had already taken an interest in essential oils, essential oil companies. We said, well, what oils are available? What could we get from Oman? Initially, it was just to pass the time. And eventually we said, well, there's a lot of date stones here in Oman. We had heard that there was oil in date stones. We said, how do we figure out how much oil there is? Can we see if it's something that's commercially viable? We were told by a local lab we had to bring it to them as a powder. How are we going to turn it into a powder? Tried putting it into a little spice grinder. That spice grinder broke. We bought a better spice grinder. Put it in the spice grinder. That spice grinder also broke. Finally we said, well, maybe if we roast it, that'll break it up and we can try it again. Put it in the oven. All of a sudden it starts smelling like coffee. We had heard that people use it as an alternative to coffee here, but it's something that's more in the villages, and the older generation was dying out. We smelled it smelled really good. So we didn't even have coffee making equipment. We just put it in a pot, boiled the water, let the ground settle, put it in a mug, said this is good. That's how we found Nawa. Ultimately, date stones are a product of the date fruit production, and they're available in abundance. And in order to turn them into a coffee alternative like Nawa, it doesn't require additional resources, additional land, additional water. So as we think about how to make this planet more sustainable, I think that not only is this good for the environment, better for the environment, but it's also better for people. Claude and I feel it's our sacred trust to make people aware of it, to get it out there, to let people taste it and decide for themselves.